Hey there, fellow Factorians, Onerous here with another episode of My First Megabase. Alright, we are standing here because it is time to get our new armor set up. Alright, let's have a look what we got. We'll get all this stuff out of here. And in fact, I can pop these roboports in here. Wonderful. Alright, now we want to... Oh, should not have done that. Alright, did I drop anything on the floor there? Oh, I dropped a fair bit. Alright, let's pick that up. Okay. What I should have done is put this on here. There we go. Alright, now make sure that's empty. Yes, it is. Alright, so we can get rid of that and open up our new one. So as you can see, it's a bit bigger, which is great. Pop those in there. We might pop one of those. We'll get all of those. And man, we've got so much space. So much space. We'll put some more exoskeletons, couldn't we? Let's array them in a way that looks good. Alright. Where are our exoskeletons? Yeah. Alright. Yes, exoskeletons. Wonderful. Alright, let's grab our laser defense. Alright, how many laser defense we want? We want 3, 9, 10. Okay, so let's try and do something that resembles 10. Of course, that's just gonna... There we go, alright. 10 of those, and we'll stick with 3 legs. I don't think we need all the legs. Alright, and that is what we are going to do. Okay, so now we are suddenly just way better. Our roboport coverage is going to be huge. How many robots do we have? We now have access to 250. So we're going to need a whole lot more robots. A whole lot more robots. We're going to need that many robots if we actually want. So we've got 100. We can use that 250. Alright. Whether we need 250 is another matter. We've also got some additional movement speed. It doesn't really actually say here, but each of these are, I think, 20% or something. Why doesn't it say on the exoskeleton? It should say movement speed 30% bonus. Alright, so as you can see, we're moving a little bit quicker. Now, what I want to do this episode is we've cleared this area out ages ago, and we want to go build all the things up here to create green circuits, but I am sick of just holding everything in our inventory. So what we're going to do is create the old project train. So a project train is what we do to create a whole heap of things and carry it around. Alright. And I'm just putting this out here for reasons, and that is the reason. Alright, so that would have to go there. Yep. Cool. And this will get us the spacing. Alright. So something like that. If we need it, okay. So what I've done there is found the spacing that works, and we now need to put all our goodies here and set this up. Alright, so we're going to call this project train loading. Wonderful, this is very exciting. And do our usual setup. Let's bring this down here, somewhere around about there. Nope, too far. Wonderful. Alright, and let's get that there. Okay. And roboports are definitely going to be required for this one. So, what do we got here? We have our 2 locomotives, which is kind of our new standard arrangement. Let's bring another roboport up here too. Put that there. Alright, we'll get that powered up. We'll get these guys powered up. Now, what I want to do is get some carriages. Here we go. Alright. There is a carriage, and we are going to set this to fishes. Fishes. Fill it with the fishes. And I will do it. Excellent. Alright. And now let's copy that. Let's copy that to train. How do we copy the train? Trains. There we go. Alright. Roger that. And let's pop 4 of these guys here. So we've got 4 fish trains. Alright, and it's kind of similar to what we did for this train over here. So we'll run over and have a look at that without killing ourselves. So we've actually filled this one with pistols. Okay, yeah, pistols, fish, it's all the same. And the reason we did that was when these boxes have stuff in them, we don't want them filling up the train. We just want them to only fill up the areas they want. So what are we going to actually put here? We want to start with now the trick here is to always start with rails on the first one, because standing in this train carriage here, the locomotive here, you can actually pick up stuff from this carriage. So let's fill a whole row. What do we got here? That is, yeah, that's 1,000 rails. Let's make it 2,000 rails, shall we? That seems like a lot, but hey, that'll be alright, because this is going to be our rail one. So next we will want stations. We've got a stack of stations. We will have probably 2 stacks. If we've got that many rails, we're going to need probably 4 stacks of those, 2 stacks of those. What else do we need for our rails? We don't want to be carrying those around. Alright, that's probably going to be it for the rails. So we can fill this up with some of the other stuff we'll want, which will be steel chests. Probably 2 stacks of steel chests for mining outposts. I'll put these in another one. We can get power here though. Okay, let's get a couple of substations. Let's get a few of these, and then we'll fill the rest up with these guys. Great. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that arrangement. Now, what we want to do here is, once we've actually selected what goes in the train, we need to make sure we are putting stuff into it. Okay, so we have 2,000 rails, 1 stack of trains, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different things we can put in. So we only need, we can do this all on, oops, okay. What I'm saying is we could, with just 8 things, we could have everything on one side. And just putting down sort of 6 here and 6 here, and that would give us enough space to put everything in here. But in saying that, we have a lot of rails, so I want to actually be able to put in a heap of rails with stack inserters, so it's much quicker. So we want 2,000, we have 6 here, that'll be about 300 in each. So let's say we want 400 rails in each of these, and then those stack inserters will fill that up for us, which means over here we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different items. So we can't do it with the one row, so this arrangement is what we've got. Alright, so for this I'm actually going to change the settings now. If I can remember where this setting is, interface, it is somewhere about, yeah, this one, set with logistics request is to 1 instead of stack size. That is really handy, I find, when you're actually using this setting, because then you don't get a full stack automatically. But if you're doing this stuff, it gets really tiring really quickly, because in reality we want a stack of these. We want a couple stacks of these. So we'll have 200 here, even though we're actually putting in 200. You don't need to have 200 in the request. Like if it's 100, they'll put it in. It is nice to have the full amount. So we want 100 of these, 100 steel chests, and this is going to start cranking stuff out of our factory pretty quickly. 100 substations. Oh, that's going to be a tall order with all our red circuits we don't have. And 200 big transmission poles. So this is a fairly time-consuming process to set this up. And then 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 of these. So that's 250. So let's do 100 here in 3 lots. All right. So what has a lot? We can split this into 2. So let's just say that's 100 of those there and there. And then let's split this into 2 as well. 100 of those there and there. Alright. And then that box is not being used, so we'll just remove it. And that will fill up our chests here. Alright, and that is, we got rails and whatnot. Alright, so next up we want to pop here definitely 1,000 of these. Is 1,000 enough? Let's go 1,500, because why not? Alright, and for that we will definitely need stack inserters. So you're going to take up this whole side. 1,500 is about 600 divided by 300. 1,500 divided by 6 is about 300. Alright, so each of these are going to have 300. Excellent. Alright, now let's no, let's not copy that, because we don't want to copy the requests as well, but we can copy that. Alright, let's think about what else we want in this kind of arrangement. We are going to need undergrounds. We're going to need 4 of those and actually 1 red, so we can do some belt weaving if needs be. We are going to want splitters, of course. So let's grab a couple of those, and we will use the rest for inserters. Let's get a couple of those. 1 stack of filters will be enough. 1 stack of those will be enough, and then a couple of stack inserters. Alright, I think that's good for inserters. We'll definitely want a couple of pipes. We actually use way more of these, so let's fill the rest up with that. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 on this side. That's great. Alright. So we've got 12 boxes and we've got 10 things we want to get in here. Alright, let's go see what we've got the most of. And it's actually probably, we want to have 2 lots of underground pipes and 2 lots of underground belts. Alright. So let's just set that up. 2 lots of those. That is actually not enough. We need 100 in each of these. Okay, so 100 in there. We need 3 stacks of. Well, let's just move through. We want 1 stack of red. We want 2 stacks of express filters. 4 stacks of blue inserters. 2 stacks of red inserters. Look at all the bots go, man. They are really earning their keep today, aren't they? A filter, stack filter, and 2 stacks. Alright. Filter. Oops. A stack filter. And 2 regular stack. Woo, hey. Let's just make sure we don't get that. Alright. Yes, 100 more. Excellent. Alright. And what does that leave us with? Pipes. So we want 200 pipes and 3 in each of these. Alright. So what is this? So 150 in both of these. Wonderful. Alright, and they are really going to struggle because we only have 100 in storage. So they're all coming to this one, but they'll get made and this will get filled up. Alright, next up, let's see. So now I like to just look at what we need from each of these panels. I'm going to save 1 whole car for logistics bots because we will get to situations where we want to set up a full logistics network, so we'll save those. We've done rail, so boxes. We will want some boxes, some buffers, but not many. We're probably going to want 2 active providers, which is 100, and 2 requesters, and then probably probably 2 storage chests. What else do we want from here? Wire, red wire, lights. Yeah, let's get a couple of stacks of lights. Having some wire here, it's never a bad thing. Let's just clear off this whole thing and get some combinators. Nothing else here. Oh, yep, let's get some of that. Alright. Now we've got to be careful here because we can only service 24 different items. So if we do 1 stack of everything, it actually really quickly fills our available areas. So the next thing we want has got to be something that actually uses a fair bit, and fortunately we do, because we're going to want quite a few miners, I think, and likewise quite a few electric furnaces. So that's 100, 200, 300. 300 electric furnaces, yeah. And what have we got? 300 miners. That seems like pretty good. Other things that we'll want here, repair packs. We'll definitely want a couple of those. Now, how many items have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So yeah, we've got enough room for putting some more things in here. It just means we can't have, well, we can have 18 with stack inserters on one side. All right. Let's count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So if I put 2 more things in here, I can still have stack inserters on one side. That sounds pretty good to me. Do I want refineries? Yes. Yes, I do. We'll get 2 refineries. 3 refineries? That would be stacks of 10. No, let's do 2 refineries and 4 of those, 2 of those, and we'll get 3 of those. Alright. That looks pretty good to me. Now, if only there was a way to be able to keep this open as we were setting this. Alright. But there's not. Well, not that I'm aware of. If you do know, I'd love to hear it in the comments. Of course, I don't want to get the train tracks. And that's what I was trying to say before when I was spacing this out. Train tracks, because they're 2 by 2 and they're set up so you can't place them other than in certain grids. it just means that you got to be careful when you're copying tracks and moving tracks around. We are missing power poles over on this side. Don't need that one now. Alright. There we go, that's a bit better. Look at them go. It's almost nauseating, that wave. Anyway, so we want 6 stacks of miners and 6 stacks of... okay, so we'll do that. We'll do 3 stacks here and 3 stacks here. So there's our 300 of them. Let's do the same with these. And now what else? There's a lot of things. Chemical plants, they only stack in 10, I believe, so it's actually assembly machines we'll want stacking servers for, and repair packs. Alright, so let's do that. Assembly 3s 150 and repair packs 200. Great. Alright, so that just leaves us with boxes. Wowzers. There's way too many. Boxes, and boxes of boxes. Which had 1 buffer chest. And then 2 of these. That's not 2, is it? 100. Alright. On the way is 52. Great. Okay, so after boxes came lights. Lights by 100. Red circuits. Red wire. Sorry, green wire. And then our combinator friends. Now, one thing you may be thinking is, why on earth are we doing all these in separate chests? And now the reason for that is stack size. So because these have the inserters have a stack size, which helps with speed, so you don't actually want to turn that off. If these guys are putting stuff in, so say we're putting in green wire and there's 199 green wire, it'll pick up another 3 and move them in, but it can only drop 1 in here, and it'll end up still holding 2 green wires, and that means that it will stop. And if you have something else in the green wire, if you're requesting, say, combinators here, and you want those in there, it's just going to grab the green wire, keep it in its hand, hold on to it forever, and never pick up the combinators. And that's why we do separate pickups of everything. And that reminds me, the last one is quick explosives. Now, do we have any of those in storage? Oh, we do. Excellent. Alright. So how are we looking for stuff? What do we need? We've got everything we want from this page. Storage tanks. Definitely want some storage tanks. Okay, so what do we want over here? We've got those. We will want some of these, but of course we're not actually producing them at the moment. We will want a couple of stacks of those. Alright, is there anything in this section that we want to be bringing with us? Not really. What about in our defensive structures? We probably want to actually pack some walls in here, and we're just gonna. That's way too many walls, isn't it? What am I thinking? That's 1,000 walls. So let's put a whole row of walls. All right. We will want some laser turrets. That's probably enough laser turrets, is it? 1,000 laser turrets. Too many? Maybe not. Let's say that's probably enough, because we've also got the wall train as well. But I want radars. 1 stack is enough of radars. for whatever reason, let's grab some gates. No, never use them, but we'll put them in there anyway. And you know what? We could always grab some artillery turrets. Okay. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've only got 8 items here, so we can actually... We could do... Is there an advantage? If I put, say, these on stacks, these other ones, yeah, yep. Let's see how something like this looks. Alright, so obviously we've got a whole lot of walls, and let's say we did 5 walls and 3 turrets. So turrets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we've got 250 turrets and 1,000 walls. What do we say, 4 and 2? So this would need 125 times 2, and this would need 250 times 4. Yep, great. Alright, and they're all on the way. How's our train looking? Did we not request... we didn't end up requesting... We ran out of slots to request our oil refineries and chemical plants, didn't we? Why is that? Because I used up... Well, I didn't put that many there. Let's, well, we can... I guess we will have to move them... now, see, this is where we get into an issue. And the reason why we actually set this up to have the fish in the first place. If I try and remove something, a filter, while it's in the loading bay, it'll just get filled up with whatever. The first inserter to pick it up. Well, while we're here, let's just do distance. Alright. We don't die that much. We're not going to have a whole heap of pistols, right? 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 Surely not. Somewhere like that, I think. Looks like it's pretty close. Yes, okay. So we have inserted the goods there. That's the walls and turrets. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other items, but we also want to do... Okay, so let's just remove those and let's do another one of these arrangements. Alright, so we need storage tanks. Modules, of which we have none, but let's set up for it anyway. Let's just do 2 of those. Oh, that's quite pointless because we've got other things that will take a long time anyway. 100 of those. Alright, radars. We want radars, gates, and artillery turrets. Radars. That is not radars. Man, that is not radars either. Radars. Alright. And for some reason I put it down there. Let's put gates here. Radars, gates, and what's a stack of artillery turrets looks like? 10? Yeah. Sure. I don't know if we actually made artillery turrets. Yeah, we did. And yeah, we had a few in storage. Alright. 12 on the way. Okay, so that leaves us with some stuff to play with. But again, we've got to move this train out if I want to play with it. because I wanted to put refineries in here and chemical plants in here. Alright. There we go. So that's getting everyone? Nope. There we go. Whoop. Perfect. Alright. While I think about it, let's light this place up. Yes, refineries. And what have we got? 5 stacks of chemical plants. That's way too many, isn't it? But that's fine. Alright, definitely none of those. 50 of those. Alright. Now let's have a look if there's anything that we actually want to add onto the train. I don't think there's anything here. There's definitely nothing in here that needs to be on the train. And I think we have everything. Do we want some centrifuges? I could just throw in a stack of, or a few centrifuges. I think a centrifuge stack is 50 though, which is, yeah, we don't want that. We use them very irregularly. Beacons, oh boy, how did I forget about beacons? Alright. That's going to be a row of beacons. Yep. Yeah, there we go, okay. Because we are soon going to get to a point where beacons are a must. And now we have 4, and there are 10 stacks of this. So we need 25, 25 in each. That would be 100 beacons, and that is 10 times 10, which is 100. Yes. Alright. There we go. Alright. Is that right? It is right. Great. Alright, but we have 100 coming to here because I requested too many. Alright. There we go, okay. So now do we have... Still got 100 coming to that one. Alright, well, whatever. It'll get in there. Okay, so that becomes our building train. And oddly enough, that is right on time. So we now have a train that is going to have pretty much everything we need to build our next lot of bases. You can see some of the items we just don't have enough in storage. Yeah, but most of it is all set to go. Oh, we've got some beacons happening. Those are filling up. Excellent. And it looks like we've used up... Oh no, there's still a stack of them coming in. Alright, so that'll fill up nicely, and while we're away, obviously they'll keep producing stuff and they'll keep filling it up into the boxes, and then next time we come back with the train, we will be able to fill it up again. Now, next episode we're going to take this train and we're going to finally make our green circuit outpost, which we have been planning on doing for a long time. One thing I want to note too, if you don't remember, I mentioned it last episode, we are now facing behemoth biters. As you can see, they are getting close. So we basically need a full row of laser turrets to deal with behemoth biters. This every second one just doesn't really cut it. So I've got to keep an eye on where they're attacking. And if I see a behemoth biter, then we need to just fill that in. But looking looking like that's probably going to see a behemoth at some time in the future. Might as well pop it in now. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. How are they coming in there? That's crazy. They should be going over there. Obviously, they do not like the mining. To be fair, it is a highly polluting kind of thing. So they'll probably go over here once that is sorted. All right. Yes. And reinforce that bit. All right, but I could do that all day long, but I won't. It's all quiet on the western front, as it were. And yeah, that behemoth. Look at him. See, he just cops a beating from all those turrets. They are tough customers, that is for sure. Luckily, those corners are quite well reinforced. And our base out here actually surprisingly not getting attacked at all. Yeah, wonderful. Alright, well, there we have it. Our train is ready to go. Full of all the goodies. Yep, we are pretty much full. Just assembly machine 3s, which take a long time to make. And now, as we go along, we can pull stuff out of the train to make our base. So we'll see that in the next episode, how easy it is now. We don't need to be running back and forward from the base. One of the nicest things, of course, is that while you're building stuff at the other site, you can send the train back and it restocks, and then you can bring it back, and it doesn't mean you have to stop all your work, go back to base, pick up the stuff, and then go back out to your building project. So looking forward to that. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and if you've got any tips and ideas on how I can improve, leave them in the comments below, and I will see you next time.